It's late September. Florida polluters have endangered the public hundreds of times with toxic spills. But a judge has now struck down a state rule that was created to warn us about when and where those spills happen. That administrative judge in Tallahassee says the DEP apparently overstepped its authority by requiring polluters to publicize these mishaps.
And now we're in the dark again. Investigator Mark Douglas spent the day digging into the impact of that ruling. He joins us now. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Stacy and Keith. You may recall this all started with that Polk County sinkhole disaster that Mosaic actually kept under wraps for weeks before we found out about it. In that incident, millions of gallons of acidic and radioactive waste drained into the aquifer. The governor later called for full disclosure, but the business community struck back. The Mosaic sinkhole was a well-kept secret between that company and the DEP until 8 on Your Side revealed it to the world, and Steve Andrews confronted the governor about your right to know.
How acceptable is it to you that DEP sat on information?
Within 24 hours after they were notified, they started the investigation.
Days later, an embarrassed Governor Rick Scott called for full disclosure, and the DEP passed an emergency rule that over the course of 13 weeks uncovered 741 pollution incidents across Florida. But some of Florida's most powerful business interests struck back and convinced an administrative judge that the DEP had exceeded its authority. As of last Friday, no rule, no disclosure.
It's not over. It's only just begun.
State Representative Kathleen Peters tells me she's already drafting a bill that would replace the DEP emergency order. Peters insists that you have a right to know about mishaps like the sewage that St. Pete dumped into streets and waterways during the summer storms.
I think it's critically important. I think just in St. Petersburg alone, just with the sewers, we knew that the people didn't know, and it just wasn't right, and they needed to know. They want to know, and transparency is important.
St. Pete's Public Works Administrator tells me, rule or no rule, the city will alert you the next time there's a sewage spill or environmental mishap.
Well, we're going to continue to operate under the rule as if it was still in place.
According to the database I obtained today, toxic spills and environmental mishaps occur an average of 8 times a day somewhere in Florida. Now, the DEP did send me a statement today saying it will continue public disclosure, but it did not explain how that's going to happen now that that rule has been struck down by the judge as of last Friday, Keith.
And what might happen if they decide to change their mind? Are they going to tell us that as well? We're going to tell you until we stop telling you again. But what about these spills that you've uncovered? 741 in 13 weeks. I mean, that's an alarming number.
We knew there were a lot. I didn't know there were that many until I saw the database. It's even more alarming to know that those spills are continuing, and the polluters have no obligation at this point to tell us anything about it. And we know they're still happening out there.
Wow.
Sure.
I guess this opened up a whole new chapter in this.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Mark. Well.